Human beings, it is I, Jaden. Today is about positivity. Not that fake it till you make it junk, but real mental toughness. I've been tasked with presenting my classmates a presentation about changing my behaviors. What behavior is that, you ask? Well, I'm glad you totally didn't ask so I could fill in the blanks. My behavior is robbing citizens of their joy when they talk to me because I'm a sad human being on the inside. I had a hard time coping with things when they didn't go my way. You know, like a child when you take away his candy and he's swinging around and he's screaming. Anyways, I had a hard time coping with things. For example, I get a bad grade. Eat pizza. Imaginary girl dumped you. Eat pizza. Fall over. Eat pizza. Lose your license. Eat pizza. Lose your wallet. Eat pizza. Get robbed. Eat pizza. Cry. Eat pizza. Run out of pizza. Eat pizza. Eat pizza. Eat pizza. Eat pizza.
Hi, good evening guys. How are you doing? Domino's Pizza is here for you.
Thanks.
No problem. Thanks. How's your weekend?
You know, it's okay, man.
It's
Thank
okay?
you so much.
I hope you enjoy that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Hi, Domino's Pizza. How's your weekend going?
Jaden? So you get the idea, right? I have bad coping mechanisms, right? So surely all I have to do is just install good habits with the bad ones, just mix that together. Good habits take over the bad, and then I'm fine, right? Wrong. Not true at all. I wish it was. It'd be really simple. We'd have a bunch of superhumans walking around, people just swapping out their bad habits, and then they're just amazing, right? Well, it's kind of true, but not entirely correct. You see, good habits do have positive effects, but they don't change your life completely. It's all about perception to me, and I'm going to get into that heavily in this video. Let's go over some of my attempts in trying to be more positive, and not happy, because someone's going to be out there who's like, happiness isn't positive, blah blah blah, can't be happy all the time, and you're probably just sad, and that's fine. But I get it, you can't be happy all the time, but being positive is different. The first thing that I want to go over is 5 things that I've tried to do, and those would be meditation, cold showers, playing the musics, exercising, and writing. These were my habits. Pretty good, right? None of them have actually changed anything about me other than they're just things that I do. So let's start with the first one, meditation. I would sit down every single day for about 10 minutes at a time. I would breathe and I would practice my focus and concentration. The hope is that I would be better at emotional regulation, self-awareness, and attention. All of these things were improved to a certain degree. But to my overall goal of being better at coping, it didn't help a lot. Not that I never tried to use this as a coping mechanism. I had this overlaying level of just sadness that just wouldn't be combated by this. And, maybe meditation doesn't work. Maybe, we'll find out. Cold showers. All right. These were very important. They're about mental toughness. It's about doing something that is uncomfortable so that you can move on with your day. It's about knowing that not every experience in life is a comfortable one. And purposefully putting yourself in this position allowed me to realize, as tough as this cold shower was, I could get over it. Started being able to just believe in the fact that I could do whatever I wanted and still get through it. Playing music was something that I've been doing for a long time when I was small. Very great way for me to express myself emotionally. Didn't do too much singing, but that was kind of fun. Exercise, super duper important because I enjoy that one heavily. Basketball, all that kind of stuff. Love exercise, having a good time with friends and just going to the gym, trying to be healthy. However, it still did not help, like any of these. It did not help enough. And the last one, and the most important one, writing. Writing was the reason for this video in a way. Didn't completely absolve my problems, but it led me to become more self-aware. By writing, whenever I had an uncomfortable feeling in my mind, I didn't shove it away. I had an opportunity to explore it and to try and figure out what was going on. And I could do that repeatedly. I got into a habit of continual self-reevaluation for the purpose of self-betterment. And it definitely helped. But on a day when I would do every single one of these things in succession, I could still end up being sad, tired, and drained regardless. My emotions weren't in check. So what I learned is that your perception of your life and of the things that you do are more important than the things you do themselves. So, this is how I managed to make things start changing for me. I first thought about how I was limiting myself. I had this rule called the 7-day rule. And what would happen is I would gain the ability to be more productive. Say I could be productive for one day, then be sad for the next day. Or maybe I could be productive for 1 week and like be sad for the next week. What I noticed is I reached a point at which 1 week was my maximum. I could only be productive for a week straight and, not waste any time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all kinds of people would tell me, like, Jaden, like, you can't do that. You can't just, like, you'll burn out, is what they would say. The willpower is an exhaustible resource. But I feel like willpower, when well directed, when you understand and you perceive your circumstance and your life in a better way, is almost an infinite resource. I feel like there is no real limit on us as people. To that note, I have gotten past the 7-day limit. And the way that I did that was by using a mantra. I incorporated more self-talk, because it's not all the time that I'm able to write, but I would start saying this one phrase. I would say, I believe in myself. I don't have a reason not to. I'm not thinking about everyone else out there and what everyone else is doing. I'm just thinking, I believe in myself. And that's it. I just kept saying that. And then eventually I was able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. I also noticed that my motivations had to be changed. Even now I'm working on this. I'm kind of struggling with it, but I need to make my motivations more intrinsic than extrinsic. And what I mean is I don't want people on the outside, external things, to have an effect on what motivates me more than intrinsically how I feel. If I want to play music, I want to create my music. And, if I'm thinking too much about how people might perceive it, then, boom, then I'm making music that's not, music that I want to make. It's not fun. It's not a part of me anymore. It's now their expectation, and that kind of dwindles my motivation. Now, the last and two most important subjects of this video I want to talk about are truth. Okay? And I mean truth in the most metaphorical sense possible. Truth as in, I am a person who lives by certain codes, lives by certain morals, lives by a certain idea. And let's just say, for example, that idea is I do not waste time. Let's just say I'm a person who believes that, wants to believe that, wants to work towards being that person. When you want to be a person like that, you start having to realize that can't give yourself reasons to not be that person. And as crazy as that sounds, you got to do everything in your power to make sure that if you're a person who doesn't waste time, you are a person who does not waste time. You don't come home and watch Netflix and sit down and play video games and do this and do that. If you're a person who doesn't waste time, then you start making an effort to not waste time. Now, what a lot of us do is we have this cognitive dissonance, this lie, the things that we tell ourselves. When our beliefs do not meet our reality, we make an excuse for it. We lie to ourselves. And, the more dissonance that you create in your life, the more that you allow your truths to no longer be real. If you tell yourself that your music or your extracurriculars are important, but you put no effort into them, then, you're feeding yourself a lie. If it's important to you, then let it be important to you. Find a way. If you guys have any questions, I'm at school, all that good stuff. Like, share, and subscribe the video if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.